Howdy. This week we're making
tender pork spare ribs.
This is What's Cooking. Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking. Join me as I travel the country, learning the tips, tricks, and stories behind the recipes and home cooks that make up the world's #1 food site, Allrecipes.com. This week we're in Austin, Texas, the buckle of the barbecue belt. This week's cook lives a little ways outside of Austin, but she asked me to make a special stop here before we left town. She said her ribs recipe just wouldn't be the same without some Stubbs barbecue sauce. Of course, once we were inside, that Southern hospitality thing kicked in and the manager was obliged to give us the full tour. What's the secret to perfect pork spare ribs?
Low and slow. The racks of ribs that you see there go for at least 3.5 hours, sometimes 4 hours, contingent on size. This here's our Stubbs spicy barbecue sauce. Probably our most popular seller here on premise is that everybody likes a little heat with their barbecue.
Sold. Stubbs barbecue sauce in hand, I headed up to Hutto, Texas, where I met up with this week's Allrecipes cook, Kerri.
We are home of the Hustlin' Hippos.
Hustlin' Hutto Hippos?
Yes, sir. The only hippo mascot in the world. Lots of hippo pride.
Hippo pride? Hippo pride she represents. This is What's Cooking. All right, we're back in Kerri's kitchen. We're getting ready to make the rub for her tender pork spare ribs. Fairly simple, it looks like. Why don't you tell me what you do?
Have 1 cup of brown sugar.
Okay.
Put that in. Half a cup of the fajita seasoning.
So this is kind of the secret.
It is. That's the secret weapon. That's right.
Fajita seasoning. Oh, who would have thunk it?
I know.
Okay.
Thanks to my neighbor. And 2 tablespoons of the Hungarian paprika.
This recipe is kind of a neighborhood project?
That is what it has turned out to be. The method came from a celebrity chef, but all the ingredients came from the help of my neighbors. And
you kind of did the whole blind taste test, A, B, C, and
yes,
in the end, okay?
Yes, and boiled down to this fajita seasoning, and my neighbor's the one that had recommended that to me. And she told me that was her secret weapon, so I had put that in there, and that's the one. 6 out of 6 chose it. So
6 out of 6.
Went with that.
All right. Work the rub onto both sides of the meat, then fold the ribs in half for better storage. And then it just goes in the refrigerator?
Yes.
For how long?
Overnight.
Overnight?
Overnight. You didn't know that?
I'm going to go to sleep?
Let's
just wake me up when we're ready?
There you go.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, Michael. Did you sleep all right?
Couch was a little short. Skylar woke me up this morning.
I am so sorry.
Jalapenos on my cold cereal? Absolutely.
Well, that is how we do it here in Texas. And now we're going to mix up the braising liquid.
Oh, okay.
And we have about a cup of beer here.
Add in the mustard, Worcestershire sauce, honey, and garlic. Then stir them up.
Okay, and now we're going to make the pouches for the braising liquid.
Okay.
And so our first piece of tin foil, we're
shiny side down.
Shiny side down.
Okay.
And shiny side up.
Close one side of the foil package and pour in the braising liquid. Then tightly seal to secure the juices. And then straight into the oven?
Straight into the oven, 250 degrees for about 3 hours, 45 minutes, so 3.5 to 4 hours.
Good slow cooked ribs.
Yes.
All right. So now we wait another 3 or 4 hours. This whole thing's just a waiting game. Right.
3 or 4 hours.
But for good ribs, it's worth the wait.
That's right.
Oh, those smell good.
They do. And just kind of make a slit underneath, kind of to help get that hot liquid into the pan.
Drain the braising liquid and bring it to a boil to reduce. Then heat up the Stubbs barbecue sauce. Kerri's husband prefers his ribs with just the braising liquid, but we went all the way to Stubbs for this sauce, so we're going to do 1 rack with and 1 rack without. And how long do we boil?
5 to 10 minutes. It just kind of varies.
5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10. I'll kind of move it just to help it caramelize evenly all over. All right, and I'll give you 1 piece of each, so you can try them both.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Some pinto beans here.
Yes,
and what is
sir.
this?
It's a a light wheat roll.
Simply said, it's a light
Wheat roll. Actually, and I got that off Allrecipes
Well, of
recipe.
course you did.
Of course, and it's awesome.
Where I come from, we eat ribs with our hands, so since you only gave me a spoon, I'm assuming that's what's expected.
Yes, yes it is.
Your ribs alone are worth the trip. Well, there you have it. Another good cook, another kitchen. Join us again next week for another episode of What's Cooking.
Yeah, if you ready to eat? Okay, let me fix you a plate. This is the Hungarian paprika suggestion and fajita seasoning suggestion. So I thought about naming them neighborhood ribs. I did, neighborhood pork ribs.